Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam and anyone else who may or may not be watching to Lviv and Let Die. Now, we are, as I said, back for another game this season, which means that there can only be one thing. That's right, the final of the FA Cup. And by FA Cup, I mean Ukrainian Cup. The last game that you will have seen was the 4-1 Chornomorets game, where we won the league. We won the league against Metalist and then Chornomorets. Really wrap things up. And now we've played the Bukovina game against Bukovina in the cup. Borovkov scored a hat-trick, Vrosic got one, Petrenko and Barshan all got in on the act as we won 6-1 against the second division side. And yeah, things are looking nice for a potential cup double because cup and league double, because we're about to play Dynamo Kiev, a team who last time we played them we beat them 8-1. So let's see if we can do that. The odds today are on us to win. So let's see. There's obviously not possible to draw. So let's see if we can do that for those bookies and everyone in between and all those people at Lviv. And hopefully if we win the double, that'll be the first time that we've ever done that, obviously. And that will mean that maybe I'll become an icon at the club. Hopefully that would be nice. But let's see. So first we have to actually win this game. Let's play it. It's only been 3 or 4 days since the last game that we played. The team shall remain much the same, he said in a nice sort of sing-song patter. Except that potentially, do we play young Mr. Where is he? Twumasi. Let's start with him. So that's the team in the cup final. They are going to have a slightly weakened team, as I've mentioned before, against the likes of Krivbas. Let's, for example, hang on, I can go here back to lineups. For example, this guy, he's 16. He's making he's literally making his debut in the cup final. Vyacheslav Cherednichenko even. Then we've got here Sergei Bilukon up front. He's 18. Probably making his debut. Then we've got Etor, who I imagine is a normal player. Yeah, he's played 27 times for the club this season. We've also got Vasilyev, who I imagine is similar. Oh, he's only 21, but he has been playing a lot this year and is actually quite decent. He's come through their academy. Then you've got Andriy Levchenko, 29 years of age. Similarly, has played for them for a long old while, although he came through in Portugal. So there you go. And Rivaldo, who definitely must be one of them proper players. Yes, he is. And we've got Matthew Demo, the Australian left back, slow but with a lot of caps for Australia. You've got Eduardo there. You've also got Juninho, 24 years of age, very average, and Lola Elvis, also average, also perfectly average. Hasn't even played well really this season. Nearly a 7 rating is not that bad. And Kefalov, their 34-year-old goalkeeper, and based on his skills, possibly the best player they've got. Our team, we've got good Ukrainian players. That's the difference, and plus the fact that even their non-Ukrainian players are pretty rubbish. So let's see what we can do. The question, as always, is now that I have looked at their team, is that a bad omen? It tends to be. It usually is. But they are playing 4-4-2, which is not a good sign for them. And considering we've already beaten them 8-1 this season and they're playing 2 players who, between them, have never scored a goal, even youth goals, I think we should be okay. But then emphasis very much on should. Their right midfielder, Rivaldo, winning the header in the air for the first chance of the game. So, yeah. And it's also not in the same stadium as it was last year. This cup seems to move around a bit. Shpak tackles in the mid there. Demo to Vasilyev to Haitor. They are... Oh my goodness, Rivaldo has had a second headed chance within 6 minutes. We also apparently had a chance, but we didn't see that. Anyway, Big Georgian Mick to Barshan. Mick to Barshan to Juric. It's unfortunate that Gonzalez hasn't been fit to play this, but we might see if we can give him a game in the final one of the season. Shpak. Yushkov goes round his man, tries to score, but unfortunately doesn't. Yushkov in the top 10 goal scorers in the competition, which I guess is not really that great of an achievement, but it's still not bad for a right winger who's 18. Twumasi now to Golovchenko. Juric, or maybe actually I think Yushkov is slightly older, might be 20. Anyway, the point is that they don't even really need to be that good to excel in the Ukrainian Cup, because they need to be better than the 16-year-old that they've got up front, but they don't need to be that good. to be decent, as Mikhailo Shpak proves. Rivaldo puts the ball in. Heitor, and they have scored against the, well, not against the run of play, really, but against expectations. They have taken the lead. I think you could probably argue that's poor goalkeeping. Heitor rising above Nikolov. Really, that should be in centre-back on him, but whatever. Now then, that means it's up to us to reply now. Big Mick putting it back to the left-back, but we go all the way back to the goalkeeper, who takes his time. It's okay, we need to hold on to the ball, get a bit of confidence, it's fine. Tuimasi to Golovchenko. Tuimasi puts the ball to Juric. Juric to Golovchenko. Shpak now through to Borovkov. Hits the bar, I think that did. Anyway, came straight back to him, but it didn't. He managed to get tackled by the defender, and the ball finds itself all the way back with our goalkeeper again. Slightly dodgy ball there from Barsham, but Shpak has it now. Rosic is really the man who can turn this game for us, but he doesn't need to because he's put the ball in the middle, and Borovkov has rounded the keeper and has put the ball away. I think he's scored in every single round. It would be delight if he has, but anyway, we make an instant response. Rosic, weaving his magic, puts the ball in the middle. Borovkov, one touch to go past the goalkeeper and then taps it in from on the line, sending the Lviv fans into raptures, no doubt. Juric, Lola clears, but their terrible striker actually wins the ball in the air somehow. Golovchenko to Tuimasi. Tuimasi puts it back to Borovkov. Looked like he might have been fouled there, but it wasn't. And now they do have the ball. Their striker they've made a pass between the two of them, which I think, looking at the statistics, is more unlikely than it is likely. Yushkov tries to put the ball up towards Rosic, but it doesn't get there. Rosic does have another chance, but again is beaten in the air. Oh, Levchenko is intercepted there. Another pass from Cherednichenko, the guy with the too long a name. Cherednichenko is his name. It's a good name, I like that. It's too long, but it's a good name. Lola smashes over the bar. It's been quite a feisty affair so far. We've already had 9 shots. Anicic puts the ball. Rosic loses out in the air again. Eduardo. Neither of those players any good at all, as we noted in our pre-match scouting sesh. But nevertheless, they've got the beating of Rosic in the air. Borovkov, though, now, Borovkov doesn't care. Borovkov scores an absolutely magnificent goal. That's his 10th of the season, and they have all, I think, come in the cup, which is just outstanding. He might actually, that might not be true. He might have got 1 in the league. But Borovkov just takes the ball, runs in a straight line, and then absolutely wellies it into the top corner. And after 20 minutes, FC Lviv are 2-1 up against Dynamo Kiev. That is what we like to see. Nikolov now puts the ball to Rosic. Rosic, can he go provide one more time? Shpak scores. It's the goal we all wanted to see. Is that his first goal of the season? No, but we are 3-1 up now and cruising. Not bad at all. Based on the way the statistics have gone in the last few minutes, you'd probably say we deserve it. Rosic with another assist. Shpak just hits the ball into the top, and that's surely going to cement him as one of our club's icons. I mean, he scored in... Did he score in the last cup final as well? I feel like he did. Anyway, Billikon with an absolutely atrocious effort. He was booked on 1 minute, which tells you all you need to know. Tuimasi puts the ball into the middle. Barshan at the back post. It was just kept off the line, but it's been put back in. And again, they clear. This time, Vasiliev has the ball on the halfway line, trying to pull them forward, but it's just slow. Shpak manages to make a tackle right there, and Borovkov now brings the ball forward for us. Although he does get fouled by Juninho, arguably, but apparently not. He made the foul. Sorry, don't know what I'm talking about. He's been booked as well. There's 1 striker on each team been booked. Nice. Bit of symmetry there. Demo puts it to Billikon. Billikon tackled by Yushkov, and actually wasn't a foul. I thought it might be. Now Rosic has a chance to put his name on the score sheet. He's already got 2 assists, and he has done. He runs number 3 in circles there. Demo, unfortunately, put out to pasture there by Rosic. Went around him, then came back and put the ball in the middle there. Hit the post. Delightful stuff. It was actually number 4, sorry. I was completely wrong. It's Eduardo he put out. We can bring number 3, Demo, back in from the pasture. There's no need for him to be out there just yet. Demo passing the ball around nicely. 4-1 after 34 minutes. What initially seemed like it might be a tough task, having conceded so early, has now become a bit of a canter. Nikolov, we could be going for 8 again, considering we beat them by 8 in the last. This is good. This is fun. Cherednichenko, they do actually manage to get a shot away, one of those two terrible strikers, but it did take a deflection and it went straight to our goalkeeper, who easily held it. Špak intercepting one more time. Beautiful stuff. Although Rivaldo now has the ball. Rivaldo, a player who actually, he's not good, but he's probably one of their better creative forces. Špak back to Barshan. Špak again to Yushkov. Bilokon, now he's the other striker and he has a shot. I think he was the 18-year-old. I think they even have a player who's older than their front two combined. Lola to Cherednichenko, but Lola plays it to Vasiliev. Cherednichenko puts the ball into Bilokon. He sets up Vasiliev on the edge of the box, but he doesn't manage to get the shot away. And now Špak runs and is fouled by Hetor on the midfield line. Twumasi to Golovchenko. Twumasi puts it back to Golovchenko, who, can he have a hit? He does. It's gone out for a corner. 41 minutes, 4-1 in the final. We'll take that. Barshan heads the ball over. Oh, Bilokon. Not sure what he was doing, but he nearly put the ball into his own net there. It was cleared by the other defender. That was lucky for them. Unlucky for Barshan, who has had an effort cleared off the line there. Masha is coming into the room. No, she in fact didn't even bother. I think she may have just closed the door properly. Anyway, I am pleased with how things are going, but I'm going to assertively say okay, not that. I was going to say that one. There's a lot more to come from you. Oh, Masha is now coming into the room. There she is. Come and say hello, Masha.
Hello.
It's the cup final, Masha. Look, we're winning against Dynamo Kiev.
Yeah, very cool.
Do you want to come and sit down for a bit and watch or not?
We'll watch it.
Okay, Masha's going to go watch a TV show. She decided that the Ukrainian Cup final isn't what she wants to watch. That's fine. Her loss, not ours. Juric puts the ball back to Anicic. Lots of chuz going on, but now we've got Nikolov and Yushkov, so lots of ovs. Now Špak to Borovkov. That ruined it. Borovkov, though, could he have a hat? He's got another goal. Is that a hat-trick on the cup final day for Borovkov? His 11th goal of the season. We are 5-1 up. It's a beautiful day to be a Lviv fan. Borovkov, two players converging on him, but he comfortably beat the goalkeeper there. They still got that old goalkeeper. Yeah, they have Kefalov. Demo playing to Bilokon. Vasiliev, Smishko. Is that a change they've made? I don't think Smishko was on the pitch before. Bilokon puts the ball straight to Twumasi. Very poor. Rosic has the ball now. Rosic, could he slip through Twumasi? No, but Juric maybe can do after Rosic was tackled. Twumasi now has the ball. Come on, boys. Let's have another. Rosic. Borovkov has scored 4 in the cup final. Unbelievable. It's 6-1. Kiev are on the end of a hammering from Lviv for the second game in a row. Between these two clubs at least. Rosic has an effort. Kefalov saves but puts it straight to Borovkov, who smashes home the rebound, and that is 4 goals in a cup final. I'm not sure I've ever had a player score 4 goals in a cup final before, especially not a player who literally never starts a league game. Rosic now, could we have a 5th? Could we have a 7th? Sorry, no. Rosic, we're way past 5th. Could we have a 7th? No, unfortunately, despite the slight mix-up there in the back, we weren't able to capitalise. Bilokon now bringing the ball forward slowly, and he puts the ball wide. Now then, we have no real need to save players because, Sevastopol are already down as well. But let's maybe give some of our other, not Australian, what are they, Ukrainian players a bit of game time. So we'll put on Petrenko. Svidnitsky we'll put on as well, but maybe a little bit later on. Oh no, let's take off Borovkov. He's had his time. And let's let... Who have we got here? Golovchenko. No, let's do that for now. Petrenko and Svitnitsky. Svitnitsky, I think his name really is. But he might need to have a nickname to something slightly more pronounceable. Anyways, there's not very much jeopardy in this game. It's got to be said. The comeback would have to be one of legendary proportions for Dynamo Kiev here to make this game interesting. Devet, they've definitely made a defensive substitution there. Špak puts the ball out to Twumasi. Before they come off, is there another chance for Borovkov? Golovchenko puts the ball to Špak. Špak to Golovchenko again. Golovchenko to Špak. Out to Nikolov. Nikolov has the ball again. Špak has it again. Nikolov, Golovchenko. And now, Špak to Rosic. Rosic turns, but Kefalov is equal to it. We could have had quite a lot of goals. We've had 11 shots on target, and we still haven't made... we have made those changes now. Petrenko now on. He scored in the last game. The ball goes out for a throw-in for us now. We've got one more substitution to wait. We won't forget to make it. We'll make it slightly later on. 65 minutes gone. Juric now to Svitnitsky. I'm not sure how to say his name. Shpak puts it back out to Juric. Juric up to Twumasi. Golovchenko wins the ball nicely off of two of their players. Shpak just one little ball through. Oh no, he went for it himself. But it did fly over the bar fairly harmlessly. Shpak is looking a bit tired. I think we'll bring on Gogua because he's been a key player for us all this season. And we're going to let Golovchenko continue to play. He's playing well. And I would keep Shpak on, but he's a bit tired. He might have taken a knock. So Gogua to come on just to control the last 20 minutes or so. Demo gives it to Gogua. Petrenko, Svitnitsky. Oh, Petrenko. Actually, Svinsitsky will definitely not be his name in the next game we see. But yeah, you won't have seen him play. He's just a random regen. I'm not even sure if I paid money for him or if I signed him or if he just came through. But anyway, he's not anything super special. He's just the best of the other players we've got. He made a couple of appearances earlier on in the cup run, so why not let him have his time in the sun? Smishko cleared, though, unfortunately. Smishko now attempts to give it out, but both the players that he tried to play it to missed. Medvedev has come on and has not contributed very well there. Although they do have, they had the ball for a little bit of that, so that was quite nice for them. Kefalov, Barshan gives it to Svitnitsky, puts the ball through to Petrenko. Petrenko scores, and it's 7-1 in the final. 7-1. We scored 8 last time we played them. Could we get another one? We had a long period there with no goals, which is disappointing. Could we get one more? 85 minutes. They have a chance now. Bilokon to Devet. Demo. This could have been their first trophy in something like a decade. Unfortunately, the penniless state of the club seems to have made quite an impact on them. And they're really, really poor here. I mean, they were really poor in the league as well. This is just pathetic, really, for such a storied club. It's a bit like Liverpool being beaten 7-1 in the cup final by like Bournemouth. Ukrainian Cup is ours, a 7-1 win in the final, which is just outstanding and ridiculous. People have written us off today. That's an absolute lie, but I'll say it to them anyway. 12 shots on target. We only scored 7, but we'll take it. Borovkov, 10 goals in the competition. Oh, unbelievable. 10 goals in the competition there, scoring more than the next two combined. Rosic also scored 4. Unbelievable stuff. FC Finn have been relegated from the Superliga. We've been given £88,000 for winning that. I think I must be an icon. I am an iconic boss now. Cemented my status as an iconic figure after clinching the Ukrainian Cup and my 6th trophy at the club. But it's not yet complete. That's absolutely definitely true. I'm already being spoken of in the same breath as myself. Cool. Thanks, Football Manager. Lviv delighted, of course. Lviv boss bored, pleased, good. They always expect us to win it, but I mean, they did not expect us to win it 7-1. We do the double, of course. An excellent season so far. In fact, technically it's the treble because we also won the Ukrainian Super League, Super Cup rather. So I don't know what that's counted in. But whatever. Dynamo Kiev defeated in the Ukrainian Cup final. That's just a ridiculous result. They scored first. That's the impressive thing. Borovkov on form for Lviv. He's got, that's what he looks like. He's actually okay. He was signed by me off of Metalist for £1.5 million. So yeah, he's got a future with us for sure. What was I going to do? What was I interested in? Can't remember. I was going to check something, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, fans jubilant after the result there. Yeah, that's fair enough. Everyone got some money for that. We actually made a profit on the cup. It's brilliant. I'm delighted. It's what Daniel's capable of. And even then, his goal is the one that everyone talks about. 22 years of age, an absolute tank. He will not be being sold by me if I've got anything to say about it. 25.5 million is what I've got currently set for. Let's maybe up that to 35. Confirm. And what was the other thing? Contract offer. What's he currently... Oh, okay. What's his current contract? It runs to 2071 anyway. Still 4 years. Let's leave that for now. Because he's on $8,000, we can keep him. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so his goals this season. So he's got 29 in the league. So if he gets one more, he'll have 30 goals in the league season, which should also put him. I think he's equal on goals with our top record goal scorer. So I think if he scores one more in the game against Sevastopol, he will become the club's record goal scorer as well. I think, but I might be slightly wrong. It should tell us when we get into the game what records are potentially broken. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, it's us versus the team in the bottom of the table. They've only got 4 points all season. They've only scored something like 10 goals. Let's have a look who are being recommended. This guy, he's terrible. Blaže Kasprajak. Actually, he's not that good. He's 18. Ben Tahami has retired, the championship manager of Coventry. Mew, the Pokemon, has retired as ex-City manager, where he has been for... he's only been there for 2 years, okay. And then, they've also sacked their manager, as I believe... Have they been relegated? No, they were 1 point off relegation. Bloody hell. Lewis managed to survive. As we already remember, Everton have gone down. Masha just sneezing in the other room there, like an absolute trooper. What's going on in the Championship? We've got Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea up there. Plymouth not getting promoted on goal difference. That's a big shame for them. And what happened in the Premier League? We have still got the 1 game, still got 2 games to go, and it looks like it's either between, Bristol City, Dagenham, Redbridge and Bolton. I just didn't think to look. Western-super-Mare down there in 16th. Havant and Waterloo will finish 10th. What a timeline. Eastbourne Borough there in 19th in the Championship table. That's what I like to see. I wonder what happened to... Actually, I will go back and quickly check. I wonder what happened to... Who were they? Boston United, because they were banging on the door of the Premier League a couple of years back. But they're obviously not there anymore. They're not in the Championship anymore. I remember them going down. So we'll have to see what happened to them. I wonder if they've continued a downward spiral, or if they've managed to sort of level out in League One, which you'd probably argue is about their level. Come on then, game. Not much is going on at this point in the season, surely. Oh, I also want to know how many points we could take to win, but hang on a second, let me just do this. They are... Boston United in 13th there. They were previously... Will it still show? Yeah, so they were a Championship. In fact, they've only just been relegated from the Championship, so that's a pretty poor season for them, probably. They play in the Boston United Stadium, 15,000 seats. Nice. Stoke, they're getting relegated as well to League 2. Poor. They only just got relegated, so that's an immediate return. Sorry, Ken Gonsalves, you rubbish. Anyway, back to the real business, which is my team. We're being offered again these kind of crappy players from Poland. He's rubbish as well. Do we have anyone injured? So Mladenovic is still injured. Yeah, still out, which is a bit of a shame. Shame there that Oxford United have been bought out. Although, did they make the playoffs? Would that be a playoff spot? It might be. Everton have sacked their manager. Shock. Pete Plummer, who I've heard of, so he must be a fairly journeyman manager. Career stats. Played down there for a long time. He's been a manager of pretty much everyone. Oh yeah, he was the manager of Lewis for a while. Well, I wouldn't hire him then because he was terrible. Copenhagen have been taken over. And now let's go here. Attend the press match conference. They're happy and they're enjoying the football. I don't think one loss can destroy our confidence. It's been a great season, and we're going to put on a show for our fans. I think that's fair enough. Fans have been brilliant, and we want Daniel to stay. Daniel's been outstanding, and he's the best in the world. He is. He's played. I mean, over a season, his average rating is 7.69. That's just incredible. He's just scored too many goals. We've scored nearly 30 more than the second team in the league, which is, that's entirely. That suggests that we could have done it without Rosic, but let's not entertain those kind of thoughts. Rosic, what a player! And they got him on a free, and we could end up selling him for 30 million if I can manage to sort of hold out for that. That's in case the board doesn't start to sort of just throw players away like occasionally they do when you're a sort of slightly mid-ranking team, because we are only, I think, nationally reputation-wise. Although I suspect the win today might, at the end of the season, when it sort of messes up and everything, it might fix itself up. But also the under-21 league, our team won with 107 points. That also happened a couple of years ago. They 107 goals. Sorry, they also won the youth league a couple of years back, where they scored like 130 goals. That was when I think that was the first year Borovkov was here and he was in the youth team. Anyway, we'll play Sevastopol. We will, thank you. Yes, we will. 29 goals for Rosic. So the temptation is to play Borovkov again, let him have his start in the league, and I think I will. Svitnitsky's going to come out and Petrenko's going to come out, though. We'll put Karasi in. We've got loads of strikers now. This is all feeling too much. We've got Nahuel Fuentes, who I will put into the... Let's do like this. Whereas Carvacho can start, we'll have Fuentes on the bench to come on if needed. We will play Gogua instead of Golovchenko, and we will start Papoulidis with the intention of bringing on Bakur if we need to. Tuamasi can stay on. Golovchenko, Fabry and back. Do we have Gonzalez back? We do. Let's play Gonzalez instead of that, and let's do that. That's the team that's going to start the final game of the season. Borovkov is starting up top. Otherwise, everyone else is pretty much as you would expect, except for Carvacho. Okay, so some of the players are not remarkable, really, that all of their players aren't abysmal in their morale, but I think they had a slight uptick in form in the second half of the season. That's why they won all 4 of their points. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so we're giving Carvacho again to try and keep him a bit happier. I'd like to see if Borovkov is any good in the actual league. I know he's got 1 or something in the league. Rosic, oh, come on, mate, get that goal scoring record, mate. They've conceded nearly 100 goals, which is very poor. They've scored 10, so that's 1 in 3. Not good enough. Borovkov puts it back to Gogua to Papoulidis, but actually it was cleared. If we win, we'll break the points record that we have. It's not the points record for the league, but it's the points record for FC Lviv in the Premier League. Oh, Rosic's just been put through, although I think he was offside. Oh, I don't think maybe he wasn't then. But anyway, Biryukov manages to make a sensational goal line clearance. The ball's been put in again, but we didn't get there. Papoulidis, again, not quite getting there, and they've cleared. But, yeah, we're doing okay. Borovkov to Bachu. The other thing is, one of their 10 goals, so a tenth of their goals this season have been scored against us. Let's hope we don't give them an 11th this season. Oh, Rosic, he's snatching. I didn't check if he was going to break the record. I didn't see the thing. Maybe you caught it when I was flicking through the screens, but I didn't see it. Oh, damn. I forgot. I was chatting too much. Rosic. Oh, come on, mate. How many is that? Not even had one on target yet, I'm sure. Anyway, Bachu gives it to Big George and Mick. Big George and Mick to Rosic. Rosic has the ball. He has put it away. That is his 35th goal of the season, his 30th league goal of the season. Frankly, an outstanding return. They've got 90 goals conceded. We have scored 82. That's amazing. Great ball. I thought the Rosic was offside. It's got to be said. I thought he might have been offside, but he wasn't, at least according to the game. So we lead 1-0, and I suspect we won't be surrendering this lead anytime soon. Gogua attempts to put Rosic in again, but no, the pressure they're putting on us is laughable, really. Papoulidis puts the ball back in the middle, but Biryukov clears. Juric to Gogua. Tuamasi, Carvacho went for a long-range blaster, but the ball has ended up with their goalkeeper. Gogua now puts the ball in the middle. Gonzalez, a gentle little nod down. A terrible run. I mean, their terrible run that has consisted of 1 win all season. We are now on 83 goals, 72 points. We're 8 points clear at the top of the league. Are Kruvbas winning? They are, so we're winning by 8 points, and we're just better than them. This is really, really nice. Someone's coming off. Carvacho, classic player who complains all the time about not getting any minutes. Then when you bring him on, gets himself injured. So sorry, Cavacho, but Fuentes is now going to get himself another opportunity to play. Our £5 million signing. He's actually our record signing for the club, both my record signing and the club's record signing. So that's good. That's good. That's a thing. Anyway, it's a statistic. Gonzalez to Juric to Gonzalez. Fuentes puts the ball to Borovkov, who feeds in Rosic, who was, I think he must have been tackled, otherwise that was an insane shot. So we'll go with he was tackled. It did say he was tackled at the bottom. Tuamasi, Gogua, playing the ball around nicely. This is what we like to see. There's lots of, this happens quite a lot, the play between the three players out on the wing, or like the kind of the midfielder on that side and the back and the midfielder. We've hardly given them a sniff. That's absolutely true. I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up. And assertive. I wish you could say to them, I want you to go out and like score a bunch more goals. I wish that was an option. In that exact wording. I want you to go out and score a bunch more goals. And then like comma, please. Full stop. Or maybe exclamation mark. Maybe it should be an exclamation. Gonzalez puts the ball in the middle and big Georgian Mip tacks home must be his easiest goal of his life. Gonzalez, we'll never know if he was shooting or if he was crossing, but it found big Georgian Mick either way, and we are 3-0 up. Gogua, one ball straight across to big Georgian Mick, and he taps home. Delightful stuff. It's a procession. This is a fun video to record. We win everything it's possible to win this season. Juric, Gogua, Tuamasi, Fuentes. Fuentes went for the shot, but it was blocked by our own man. Gogua now. Fuentes again took a shot, took a deflection. We do still have it. Borovkov chasing the ball down, or Kulikov manages to get the ball. Gonzalez fouls as he goes through Kucha, and they have a chance to sort of maybe launch the ball towards our defenders. Not that we've been able to see their chance though, because we are back on the ball. Nikolov now to Gogua, to Borovkov, puts the ball through to Tuamasi, who hits wide. Unfortunate stuff there, but we're going to bring on... we're going to bring on Labant, and I want to bring on Handanovic. So he's coming on, probably for Borovkov. He had his chance to shine. He did well. He's not done badly, but we want to give Handanovic a game because he has been a good player for us this season. And Koulibaly didn't even make the bench, but that's partly because we played the youth lad. Labant now. Go on, puts it back out to Gogua, puts the ball back in again. Big Georgian Mick at the back post, and he should be scoring that. Against the worst team in the league, he should be scoring that. They really haven't had a sniff. Crikey. Even the possession is 70%. Jesus. That's not a Wheatland team statistic, usually. We're smashing them. Dnipro are giving Krivbas a game, which is fun. Gavella are absolutely battering Shakhtar, and as I say that about Dnipro, they've equalised. Come on, people. Gogua to Fuentes to Gogua, just sort of clips the ball over the bar. It's a shame. We're actually going to win the league by 10 points. Obalon are already down. Govella having a very strong end to the season. I mentioned it in the last video. They're on a pretty good run of form. 44 points for them, not bad. Although it must have meant that they had a pretty weak first half of the season because, to pick up quite a lot of points against the big teams in the second half of the season means that they must have done badly against the weak teams in the first, if they have that points total. Junior to Carmen. They go for their for their 11th goal of the season, but they do not get it. Juric now to Labant. Handanovic now. Can he get a goal on his last appearance for us this season? Oh, we're actually right at the end. Literally nothing happened in that second half. Wow, okay. Okay, well, we'll take it. Big Georgian Mick gets himself the Man of the Match award. I said I'm far from pleased, but that's not what I meant to say. Nevertheless, they did have a shot on target in the end, which is a shame, but we completely dominated them. And yeah, we were a different class. That's absolutely true. 72 points. You couldn't really have asked for more from us. I think our record wasn't anywhere near perfect. We still didn't win 7 games. We lost 4, but that's nowhere near. That's not that much, really. Last season we only lost 6, and we were well off the pace. So Shakhtar have really dropped off from 73 points back down to 55. So they've dropped off by a 23 goal. I know that's not quite true, but a big margin, and we have picked up a lot. But Lviv, what a season we have had. Let's go. We'll go and look through the fixtures. Shakhtar have sacked their manager, and I think that's fair. Kiev, seemingly quite harshly, have sacked their manager. If they've got no money, if they really have got no money, then what else did you really expect him to do? We've hammered Sevastopol, big classy big George and Mick. We've just had a sensational season, mate. We can look back with a lot of pride. Special way to end the season. He was outstanding. I'm delighted. Bye. I'll see you in about a week and a half for the next season. We give the impression that we're overachieving, do we? Sevastopol's manager. How would you even know what overachieving is? So let's look at the fixtures for the season, just because I want to sort of highlight how good we were. Half of our losses came in the first 2 weeks of the season. And then, the run after Christmas the run even after that, really. But so we won the Super Cup against Shakhtar. We beat Obolon 4-0. We then lost 2-1 to Shakhtar in the league and 3-0 to Krivbas. We then went on a 3-game winning run. We absolutely had the better of Dinamo this year, didn't we? Before our 2-legged game against Ankara Gucu, which we easily went through to the group stages of the Europa League. We beat Donetsk, and then we had again 2 results which, looking back, are a bit of an aberration, really. Ilichevets, a 3-2 loss, and Valin, a 2-1 loss. But after that, there was no more domestic defeats. We had our pretty decent Europa League group, where I think we were unbeaten. We were, in fact, which coincided with a ridiculous run in the Premier League as well. There was a Karpaty 2-2 draw and a 2-2 draw with Arsenal, but then we went on a 2-0 against Metalist. And actually 2 crucial results. That Krivbas one really was the platform, I think, on which we won the league, because after that we went on to beat Dynamo Kiev 8-1. And then after Christmas, we had our poor result. We beat Braga in that exciting game, but nothing was going to allow us to get through that next game, which was Man City. Well, they didn't end up getting all the way through. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, we lost out comfortably to them, so fair enough. But that didn't stop us domestically, and the only blip we had after Christmas in the league at all was a 0-0 draw with Olympic Donetsk. So, that's incredible, really. It's just ridiculous. There's slight scope for improvement, but hopefully next season we should just be better. And I don't intend to sell anyone unless... we'll sell a couple of sort of fringe players in an attempt to allow the young players to come through, but we won't be weakening the team. And those last few results, look, it's ridiculous. So there was a 1-0 win in the league against Ilichevets, and it's 6-3, 2-2, 3-2, 4-6, 7-3. It's just incredible. Just incredible, really. In terms of the Europa League, they haven't even... that's stupid. The final is a United Tottenham. The Champions League has Swindon versus AC Milan. I'm not going to sim on to watch that game or let you know the result, but I'll tell you it next season. When is that going to be played? Does it say? Nope. But anyway, so I'll leave you with this. A beautiful sight, I'm sure you can agree. And I'll be back for the beginning of next season. How did they... Oh, right, yeah. They qualified because they lost the cup final. But we had already qualified for Europe. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one, where we can continue and attempt to now retain the league, having dropped it to Shakhtar the last year. And then we just need to start to try and claw back Shakhtar's ridiculous record, because they have won the league. And now let's go back and then go to records. Nope. History will be in history. Past winners. Nope. By the way, look at that lowest attendance, 1. Most times winner, Shakhtar 43. We've only got 2, but we will go for that record, and we will go for that record because we nearly beat it this year. Krivbas's most team points, and we already have the most team goals for the season. That's cool. And coincided with Sevastopol's 92 goals conceded. One more thing, I know I keep sort of wrapping up and then stopping. Let's just see who the club... Let's go... best note records is where I want to go. I don't want to do that yet. Most... Where is it? Player records. Most league goals for club. 59. Okay, so he's 4 goals away from... 4 goals away from breaking that record, I think. So, yeah. Again, let's leave you here. I'll try and actually leave you this time. I'll see you in the next season, guys. Have a good one. Bye.